Hi there, welcome. This is Allison Buckland, and I am leading Team Possible with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Man and Woman of the Year fundraising campaign. And I am representing the Maryland chapter, and we are fundraising through July 31st. And in an effort to not only raise money for our team, but also to bring stories of hope and inspiration, especially during a time like we are living in right now. I am interviewing people who have been affected by cancer to help share their stories, to bring positivity and light to the world, because boy, we definitely need it. And I am here today with a member of Team Possible, Janet. Janet, please share with the world who you are, where you are from, and how your life has been affected by cancer. I'm so blessed to have you here.
Thanks a lot, Allison, and I certainly am blessed to have you in my life. My name is Janet Balcer, and I'm from Pasadena, Maryland. Been a resident of Maryland all my life, which has been pretty long. My journey with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society actually began in August of 2008. At that time, my husband, Paul, who was just about 62 years old, was diagnosed then with myelodysplastic syndrome or disorder, and that is a blood cancer. And at that time, he was going through treatment and receiving blood transfusions, and had a couple bone marrow tests done to see how things were progressing. Well, in March the following year, so March of 2009, he was diagnosed. It had progressed to acute myeloid leukemia. And on that day, happened to be March 13th, I remember that day, Friday the 13th. But anyway, we headed right from the doctor's office to the University of Maryland, which is such a fantastic hospital. University of Maryland and Johns Hopkins are probably two of the best in the country. So he was receiving, fantastic care, and he actually entered a clinical trial that was being conducted at that time. So he went through 2 iterations of that, and even though he himself did not benefit, and unfortunately he passed away at the age of 62 in May the 2nd. But even at the time that he and I had read over the treatment plan, we both had said at that time, well, might help him, but if not, it certainly might help others in the future. And today, with the LLS doing all the research that they are doing, I only hope in my heart that maybe he had some bearing anyway on some of the progress that has been made. So ever since I did lose him, I have been an advocate for LLS. One of the first things that I did was a couple months after he passed away, I actually participated in, well, I didn't personally do the marathon, but they had a marathon fundraiser. But I did hand out bottles of water to those who were running. And ever since then, LLS has actually been my #1 organization that I do donate to. And as well as, I'll just throw in a plug for Vietnam veterans, because my husband was a Vietnam vet. And, they're another organization near and dear to my heart. So even though, I did lose my husband, and I've lost other family members to cancer, and I certainly have other family members that have been affected by other cancers like colon cancer, breast cancer, lost 2 members of the family to that. Brother that who is, he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and fortunately he's okay. I think all of us have been affected, whether personally or whether we have family or friends near to dear to us. So, and I always say life does go on. My life has certainly has gone on, and I'm just really grateful that I'm able to help Allison out in this campaign, and not only Allison, but just LLS, because it is a fantastic organization. So I'm happy for today, and I'll go on to the next question, Allison.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. And I'm just, we were connected before this campaign, and now it's just wonderful to be getting able to know each other better and
Yes.
to be able to do this work that we're doing. So I'd love to know from
Yes.
you, Janet, what type of blessing or advice could you offer those people who are listening to this right now and who want some hope and inspiration in their life? Do you have any type of blessing or advice you'd like to offer them?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, sometimes we think when we're hit with something that's very, very difficult to deal with, that it's not a blessing. But one thing I have learned is that even in the most difficult of situations, there is always a blessing. There's always hope for the future. We're usually, hopefully, most of us are surrounded by the love of family and friends. And none of us are ever alone. A lot of times we feel like we're alone, but we're really, really not. So if anyone's, suffering in any way, whether it's from a cancer or just some serious illness, maybe the loss of a loved one, from whatever forms, just remember that you are not alone. Keep your faith, keep your love, rely on your family and friends. Family and friends are there to support you. I always say, I'm blessed with angels here on earth. And I have come across and been blessed with many more angels that have entered my life. And I'm sure everyone else out there can say the same thing, whether you realize it or not. Allison's an angel that entered my life. So just remember that, consider the difficult situation, look at the positive side, because there is always a positive side, even if you don't see it right away.
Oh, so true. I love that blessing. I really do. And, there's so much work that LLS has done and why you and I support them. But what's one thing
Right.
you'd like to champion about the work that they are doing or continue to do?
Sure. Well, one of the main things, and to be honest with you, I didn't realize this until this campaign in particular, that the research that LLS does and has done is not only benefiting patients who are suffering from leukemia and lymphoma and other blood cancers, but their research has and continues to benefit patients with other illnesses and other cancers. So it's not just focused on leukemia, lymphoma, and blood, but others. And it's all the more reason why if we can donate, no matter what it is, however small the amount is, it doesn't matter. It all goes to this wonderful cause. The fact that hopefully somewhere down the road, these cancers will be cured. Certainly not all at one time, but I firmly believe that all the work that LLS is doing to support research and to support patients, right now with COVID-19, they're helping so many patients and their families out, helping them to receive some monies to help them, with other difficult financial situations they may be facing. So they're out there for all of us, and if for no other reason, whether you yourself are personally affected, I'm sure we all do know someone. So it's one of the reasons why they're number one in my heart.
Oh, that's so wonderful. And in sharing this video, Janet, I'll be putting a link to your personal fundraising page as part of Team Possible. We are
Sure.
on a mission and of course, to raise money so they can continue to do the work they do, but to bring hope and light and
Right.
inspiration to all. Team Possible is about anything being possible. And
Right.
because of this work, I hope and pray and feel that we will see an end to cancer and that we can be that light for other people. And so I just want to thank you
Exactly.
for joining me today
Sure.
to be a part of this mission and to share your beautiful story. And rest in peace to your husband. And thank
Thanks.
you for sharing his story as well.
Thanks, Allison. And I'm wearing orange. I happen to put orange on because orange is the color and the ribbon color for LLS. So I thought I would just show my support another way.
Wonderful. That's so beautiful and blessed. Thank you so much, Janet.
Okay, Allison. See you later. Thanks, everybody.